हम्म। अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So yesterday we were discussing Asrav Bhavana. So Asrav Bhavana, in Asrav Bhavana actually we discussed how we can get rid of this Asrav and experience ourselves. That was the theme of Asrav Bhavana. Okay. Today we will be discussing Samvar Bhavana. So when we do that discriminative knowledge between the soul and the Asrav, then automatically it leads to self-realization, and that is the time when Samvar rises. So the birth of Samvar is the beginning of the path of liberation. Okay, so with that the path of liberation begins. It is the end of delusion, and that's where our journey starts. The journey of the soul starts from there in the path of liberation. So we'll be discussing Samvar Bhavana. Samvar, you all know, stoppage of influx. Asrav was influx, and this is stoppage of influx. Whom should I make you a co-host, Darshit ji? Shall I make you a co-host?
I'm using two different systems, so I'm always having a problem. And my bandwidth is so low these days in the internet that it keeps cutting me off from. So I don't know how we can.
Okay. And Rajeshri ji, can you share the PDF?
Sir, can I do it from my mobile? I don't know. 2 minutes. Just give me 1 minute. I'll ask my son if he could help me.
Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see from the textbook only. You all have textbook with you, so you can see it from there. It's no problem as such. So Samvar Bhavana, okay, that is the contemplation on stoppage of influx. Okay. So you have the textbook with you, Darshit ji?
Yeah, I have it on my computer, so I can. Yes.
Yeah. So you see from your computer and read.
Okay. Page 122, right?
123.
23. Okay.
You start from here. The restraint of Asrav is Samvar. Fourth line.
Just a second.
Fourth line.
Oh yeah, okay, I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll read. The restraint of Asrav is Samvar. That Samvar is achieved through 3 Gupti, 5 Samiti, 10 Dharma, 12 Bhavana, 22 Parashajay, and 5 types of character. One thing is very clear from the above statement of Mahashastra, Tattva Sutra, that there is a cause-effect relationship between Samvar Bhavana and Samvar Tattva, because in the above statement, 12 sentiments that have been counted as the causes of Samvar and Samvar Bhavana is also one of the 12 sentiments. In this way, it becomes easily clear that Samvar Bhavana is the cause and Samvar Tattva is the effect. If we look at cause and effect from the perspective of non-difference, then the feeling of improvement and the principle of improvement are proved to be the same. When we look at the entire available thinking related to Samvar Bhavana, it is mostly seen that in Samvar Bhavana, the thinking about Samvar and its reasons has been done holistically, without any discrimination. In this context, the following statement regarding Samvar Bhavana is noteworthy. Be absorbed in one's own nature, knowing that one is determined. The committee of secrecy and restraint of religion perverts the destruction of sins. The feeling of determination is absorption in one's own nature. Secrecy, committee, religion, restraint, etc., which prevent sin in behavior, are also called Samvar Bhavana. The thoughts of knowledge and detachment are in the mind, speech, and body. One who is steady in himself attains happiness in his reformation. Those who are steady in themselves by withdrawing their use from mind, speech, and body with the contemplation of knowledge and detachment attain reformation or the possibility of reformation. The
Yeah,
secret
stop.
committee.
So here the first point ends. So what is Samvar? I'm starting from the beginning. The restraint of Asrav. That means the restriction of Asrav is Samvar. The stoppage of influx is Samvar. Okay. So that's why its name is stoppage of influx, or we can in short also say stoppage to Samvar. Okay. That Samvar or stoppage of influx is achieved through 3 Guptis, 5 Samitis. Now all these have English names and that I have shared in the group. So you can pick it up from there. So Rajesh, is it possible?
No, sir, it's not possible from here, from the mobile.
Okay, no
I
problem.
don't have iPhone, I have only Samsung. So not
Okay.
possible, sir.
No
Yeah.
problem, no problem. Then you look at your textbook here from the mobile or whatever, okay? So, so all these names, 3 Guptis are called 3 hidden woes, 5 Samiti are called 5 types of vigilance, then 10 Dharma are called 10 religious virtues, then 12 Bhavana are called 12 contemplations, then 22 Parishajai are called 22 types win over adversities, and 5 types of character. So that will be conduct, 5 types of charitra, conduct. Okay, so it is called 5 types of conduct. So you correct that, you remove character and put it as conduct. One thing is very clear from the above statement of Mahashastra, Tattva Sutra, that there is a cause-effect relationship. Cause means karan and effect means karya. So it is a karan-karya relationship, cause-effect relationship between Samvar Bhavana and Samvar Tattva. So Samvar Bhavana is the cause and its effect is Samvar Tattva. Because in the above statement, 12 contemplation, not sentiments, you just replace it with contemplations, 12 contemplations have been counted as the cause of Samvara. And Samvar Bhavana is also one of the 12 contemplations. So, are you doing the changes, Darshit ji?
Yeah, I'm doing it, but you know what I'll do is I'll then speak to Priyanka ji later on and then try and because my file is slightly different, but I'll sort it out.
No
Okay.
problem, no problem. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll do the changes.
Yeah, thank you. So you see that Samvar Bhavana is the cause and Samvar Tattva, Samvar element, stoppage element, okay, is the effect. Because in the above statement, 12 contemplations have been counted as the cause of Samvar, okay. and Samvar Bhavna is also one of the 12 contemplations. Okay. So now you got how the Samvar Bhavna is the cause, and because in Samvar Bhavna, among the 12 contemplations, Samvar Bhavna is also one of them, and through that we get Samvar Tattva. Okay. So when we think again and again, contemplate on the same thing, we get the Samvar Tattva. So Samvar Tattva is the effect and Samvar Bhavna is its cause. In this way, it becomes easily clear that Samvar Bhavna is the cause and Samvar Tattva is the effect. If we look at cause and effect from the perspective of non-difference, now non-difference means abhed drashti, okay, where we are seeing the whole thing, when we are seeing the nature of thing as a whole, okay, it is called abhed drashti. And when we divide into subdivisions and divisions, then it becomes perspective of difference. Okay. So if we look at the cause and effect from the perspective of non-difference, abhed drashti, then the feeling of improvement would be stoppage of influx. Then the feeling of stoppage of influx, that will be, feeling means contemplation. So the feeling of contemplation of, not feeling, then the contemplation of stoppage of influx and the principle means fundamental element, and the principle of stoppage, not improvement, you cut improvement and you put it as stoppage of influx, are proved to be the same. Okay. So when we look from
Sorry, where are we exactly? If we look at the effect, cause and effect from the perspective of non-difference.
Right.
So
Then,
where are we changing this sentence?
Where?
Yeah. So where is this change that you're asking to be made?
Okay. So then the feeling would be contemplation.
Okay.
Everywhere you do this change. Okay. Wherever the feelings come, you put it as contemplation. Contemplation of
throughout the document, throughout the whole document, or
yes, throughout the whole document. It's always the contemplation. Feeling, by feeling they mean bhavna. So somewhere they put it as feeling and somewhere they take it as bhavna, but it's the same. It is the contemplation. Okay. So the contemplation of improvement would be stoppage of influx. Wherever you get improvement, it will be stoppage of influx. Okay. So improvement, stoppage of influx, you cut improvement and write stoppage of influx. Then the contemplation of stoppage of influx and the principle of stoppage of influx are proved to be the same. That means Samvar Bhavna and Samvar are the same. From which perspective? From the perspective of non-difference. Non-difference means abhed drashti. In Hindi, we call it as abhed drashti. Okay. Then both are same. And from the bhed drashti, both are different. When we look at the entire available thinking related to Samvar Bhavna, it is mostly seen that in Samvar Bhavna, the thinking about Samvar and its reason has been done holistically without any discrimination. Okay. So in Samvar Bhavna, the thinking about Samvar and its reason or the cause has been done holistically, okay, throughout without any discrimination. Now, you leave the next two lines and start from the feeling, 1 minute, the real viewpoint. So the before feeling you put it as, so feeling would be contemplation. The real viewpoint contemplation of determination would be Samvar. Okay. The
Are we
real,
on page 116 or 124?
yeah, 116, third line.
Okay.
The feeling of determination. So you cut determination, and after you add the real viewpoint. Feeling
So
would
we cut
become,
off contemplation of determination.
you cut off determination, and instead of feeling you write contemplation, and before contemplation you add this word, the real viewpoint contemplation of somewhere is absorption in one's own nature. Okay. Then secrecy is hidden woes. Committee is vigilance. Okay. So secrecy, you cut secrecy, you write hidden woes. You cut committee and you write vigilance. Committee, hidden woes, comma, vigilance, comma, religion, comma, restraint, etc., which prevent sin, are also, you cut in behavior, which prevent sin, you cut in behavior, which prevent sin, are also called samvar bhavna from the conventional point of view. So there are two viewpoints, real viewpoint and conventional viewpoint. Okay. So from the real point of view, absorption in one's own nature is samvar. And from the conventional point of view, hidden woes, vigilance, religion, restraint, okay, etc., which prevent sin, are also called samvar bhavna. Okay.
Sorry, Rajeshji, could I please repeat this sentence?
Okay. So I'll just refine it again.
Yeah.
The real viewpoint of samvar bhavna, the real viewpoint of samvar bhavna, you cut the feeling and contemplation both. Okay. The real viewpoint of samvar bhavna is absorption in one's own nature.
Okay.
Then full stop. Then you write hidden woes, that is gupti. Then vigilance is committee. You cut secrecy and you write hidden woes. You cut committee and write vigilance, comma, religion, comma, restraint, etc., which prevent sin, are also called samvar bhavna from the conventional point of view.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Then you cut the next two lines and you come straightway to second line end part. Those who are steady in themselves by withdrawing their use from mind, speech, and body with the contemplation of knowledge and detachment, attain samvar or samvar bhavna. Attain, you cut reformation or the possibility of reformation, you cut all this. Attain samvar or samvar bhavna. That is the end of point number 1.
Okay.
Now, slightly below, you come down to remember. Got it?
No, I haven't actually.
117. It's in 117 starting part. Remember, the restraint of asrava is samvar.
Okay, yeah. That's point number 2, is it?
Yeah, it is 2. The restraint of asrav is samvar. The meaning is that samvar is the condition, comma, state, comma, modification that arises in the absence of asrav. So asrav is influx, okay? This thing has been made clear at the beginning itself. Thus, it is clear that asrav and samvar are contradictory sentiments because asrav is sorrowful and samvar is happiness giving. Then you cut the last part. After happiness giving, you put a full stop. Asrav is sorrowful that you cut all this to come to the next page. Is it, you cut is also and you cut it also. Then you write asrav. Asrav is the cause of sorrow and samvar is happiness giving. That is, it is the cause of happiness. Therefore, samvar is the opponent of asrav. It is its prohibitor. The one who is born from its absence is an active, you cut the word a mighty gentleman. The one who is born from its absence is an active and excellent warrior, comma, gives infinite joy, is worthy of worship and is praiseworthy. That is the end of point number 2. The third point, coming further down, 118 page, just below question. There is a, you got question?
Where it says here a question may arise.
When most of the available, below that. 118, you come down further below. When most of the available thinking, question. When most of the available thinking on samvar bhavana, this is the starting of third point.
What line is it at? Sorry.
10 lines, around 10, 12 lines below. Question. When most of the available thinking.
I haven't found it.
Go further below.
Yeah, found it. Yeah.
When most of the available thinking on samvar bhavana has been done by considering samvar tattva and samvar bhavana as one, then why should both not be considered as one and the same? Answer. This is not correct because this will widen the scope of the subject matter of thinking about samvar bhavana. The entire path to salvation will be included in its range, keeping in mind that the feeling, you remove feeling, you write contemplation. Keeping in mind that the contemplation of samvar is only one of the many reasons for samvar. Okay. So samvar bhavana is one of the many reasons of samvar. What are these many reasons? The 6 we just said now: hidden woes, vigilance, religion, contemplation. Then we had this win over adversities, and the last one was conduct. Okay. So these are the many reasons. So samvar is one of them. Okay. Samvar bhavana is one of the 12 bhavana. But samvar is having a very large scope, wide scope, of the subject matter of samvar bhavana. Now, the next line. In the analysis of the principle of samvar, okay, detailed light can be thrown on all the reasons for samvar, as has been done in Tattvart Sutra. So what are all the reasons of samvar? Those 6: Gupti, Samiti, Dharm, Bhavna, Parishajay and Charitra. Okay. So that is all given in Tattvat Sutra. We'll be studying about that in the 9th chapter. And other texts, but discussing them in detail in Samvar Bhavna will definitely be a violation of the limits. The reason for Samvar include 3 Gupti, 5 Samiti, 10 Dharma, 12 Bhavnas, 22 Parishajay, and 5 types of conduct. Not character, you remove character and put conduct. Then the right belief of knowledge. You write add the right belief and knowledge is also the reason for Samvar or is a form of Samvar. The right belief and knowledge is also the reason for Samvar or is a form of Samvar. In this way, the entire path of salvation is included in the discussion of Samvar. But is everyone's thinking included in Samvar Bhavna? No, never. The thinking of Samvar Bhavna has its own limitation. If this is not believed, then the entire thinking related to the path of salvation will be included in one Samvar Bhavna. Remember that among the reasons of Samvar, there are 12 bhavnas along with Gupti, Samiti, Dharma. In this way, the remaining 11 bhavnas will also be contained in Samvar Bhavna. Their separate existence will not be possible, which will not be appropriate in any situation. Thus, it is clear that in contemplating the feeling of Samvar, so feeling of Samvar would be okay, you let it be feeling here. Contemplating is already given here. That in contemplating the feeling of Samvar, it is not desired to go into the details of the reasons for Samvar. Okay. A brief mention of them is sufficient. So now you can understand that Samvar Bhavna is only a part of the Samvar. Samvar has got many reasons. Just now we discussed 6 one. Out of this, Gupti, Samiti, Dharma, Bhavna. So out of this, one Bhavna is Samvar Bhavna. So that is what this is the end of point number 3. Now, slightly below 2-3 paragraphs. Self-experience is done, page 120, 4th line. Self-experience is done. You got?
Yeah, I have, yes.
Yeah, this is the 4th point, right? Self-experience is done with the knowledge of distinction, or you can call it as knowledge of discrimination. Same word, no problem. With the knowledge of distinction, hence, along with self-experience, the feeling of knowledge of distinction, okay? So knowledge of distinction means Bhed Vigyan, okay? Is also done extensively is missing, okay? Is also done extensively in Samvar Bhavna and should be done specifically, not especially, but specifically. Moving on to the next page, you leave 1 minute. So the whole page you leave, you come to 121, page number 121, and just end of page number 121, 4th line from the end. Religion begins with Samvar only. You got?
Yes. Point number 5, right?
No, this is 4B. The previous one was 4A and now this is 4B. So it is part of 4 only. Religions begins with somewhere only. Okay. So as when we discriminate between asrav and soul, then the somewhere, it is the starting point for somewhere. Okay. And that is also the starting point of religion. So religions begins with somewhere only, because somewhere is the only thing that prevents the great sin called delusion. So delusion can be wiped out by manifesting somewhere. Okay. So there is no correction here. Sin called falsehood, you remove falsehood and you write delusion. Comma, destroys the darkness of false knowledge and destroys the, you write, you cut down infinite attachments. You cut down those two words and put it, and destroys the passions causing infinite worldly existence.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the end of 4b. Now 4c, paragraph later on, page number 122, page 122, first, second, third line. Okay. In this way, this is 4c.
Okay.
In this way, attachment is asrav, and the feeling of detachment in its absence is samvar. So attachment is asrav, rag is asrav, and the feeling of detachment means vitragta in its absence is samvar. This samvar is the initial gateway to the path of liberation. This samvar is born only during the time of self-realization. So what we discussed just now is all coming in form of words, okay? Is born only during the time of self-realization with the knowledge of discrimination, Ved Vigyan. So earlier they were writing as knowledge of distinction, but here is the correct word, knowledge of discrimination, okay? Therefore, in Samvar Bhavana, the feeling of discrimination and self-realization is the main thing. So two things are main. The feeling of discrimination, that is the Bhed Vigyan, okay, or discriminative knowledge you can say, and self-realization. These two are the main thing. So when you do discrimination of knowledge, it automatically leads to self-realization, and when you realize yourself, then the samvar starts, path of liberation starts. So this is the end of 4c. Now the next line, the science of distinction, is fifth point and the last point, I suppose. No, sixth point is there. So this is the second last point. The science of distinction is not just about knowing the difference between two things. Okay. The true science of distinction is to divide the entire world of 6, you cut elements, you write substances, into two parts, self and non-self. You cut other and write non-self. Swa or par. So non-self is par and self is swa. So you are dividing the entire world of 6 substances into two parts, self and non-self. So I am the self and everything else apart from me is falling into the category of non-self. And to establish unity, okay, oneness in the self as distinct from non-self, full stop. The temporary, shelterless, and impure, inanimate body is non-self. comma, the impure, you cut inanimate, the impure feelings like, so attachment would be delusion. You cut attachment and you write delusion. Love will be attachment and hatred will be aversion. Everywhere you will find these three words always there. So you have to correct it. Moh, rag, dvesh. Delusion, attachment, aversion. Okay. Generated in our own soul are also non-self. So these are being generated in our modification, and these are also called non-self. So now it's become very easy to discriminate between the two, the self and the non-self. Okay, I am the self and everything else is non-self, whether you consider it body or my association or the feeling of attachments and aversions and delusions generated in my own modification are also non-self. Okay, these all fall into the category of non-self, and I am the only pure soul. Okay, supreme soul, Bhagwan Atma. Forget about the inanimate body and the good and bad feelings in the form of virtue and sin, punya and pap, virtue and sin. If we think deeply, then the feelings of detachment, pure feelings, okay, in the form of samvar, nirjara, moksha, generated in the soul itself, with the support of the soul, also comes under the range of non-self. So the toxic emotions are non-self anyways, but the pure emotions like, uh, pure emotions or pure sentiments of samvar, nijara and moksha, which is generated in the modification of the soul itself, are also coming under the range of non-self. Okay. So why they are non-self? Can anyone answer?
Because they are external to the pure soul.
Okay. Anyone else? Because those are momentary. Okay. These are all once एक समय की पर्याय है. Okay. These are all momentary. They exist in the modification only, and I am not the modification. So everything else from myself is non-self. So these pure feelings are also non-self. Okay. Due to being modification, it's written here synonymous, but you change everywhere, wherever it is written synonymous, it will be modifications. Due to being modification, the self is the only knowledgeable and blissful soul element different from non-self. And again, synonymous will be modification. Different from non-self and modification. So modification are all temporary. Every moment the new modification comes up, old goes off, and this keeps on happening. So I am not that modification. Those modification also falls into the category of non-self. So now you have things have become more easy. Now you have two things, substance and modification. So substance is myself and the modification is all non-self. So when the modification is non-self, then what would we say about others like body, associations, family, relations, wealth, house, car, everything is non-self. And toxic emotions or the pure sentiments, all are non-self because those are part of modification. And I am the substance, not the modification. The self is the knowledgeable and blissful soul element different from non-self and modification. the pure feelings of the path of salvation of Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. Okay, these are the three gems. Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra are also not the goal, not revered, not even the ultimate knowable, not even the worshipped. Why, Same reason. Because these are all modifications. These are all part of modifications, okay? So this is worth manifesting, but it is not worth taking shelter in. So you should take shelter in your pure soul, okay? So these are all pure feelings or pure sentiments. Samyak darshan, samyak gyan, samyak charitra. These are pure sentiments, but these are also not the goal, not revered, not even the ultimate knowable, because the ultimate knowable is the soul. So these are also not the ultimate knowable and not even the worshipped. The worshipped is the living soul, pure soul, supreme soul, which is a continuous body of infinite qualities. So that soul consists of infinite qualities. Anant guno ka pind. Okay. Although all souls are equal by nature of knowledge and bliss. All souls, whether it is a soul of an ant, small ant, 2 sensed and 3 sensed being, or it is the soul of ours, or it is the souls of the Sith Parmesti. Although all souls are equal by nature of knowledge and bliss, okay, all are having the same kind of knowledge and bliss as a quality, okay, yet no other soul except the self is revered, not even the ultimate knowable, because they are above all. The self of each person is only his own pure soul. Okay. So all other souls are for me non-soul. Okay. Only the self has to be respected. Self has to be, only the self you should take shelter in, and only the self is what I am. Okay. So all the contemplation is centering around this self. Okay. Everything else is non-self for me. Whether you take other souls, whether you take associated objects, whether you take body, this is again an association object, okay? Whether you take toxic emotions, passions, or you may take pure emotions, pure sentiments also. Everything else is in the non-self category. So here we end the 5th point. Okay. So now, 6th point, next page. Next page is, 1 minute. Page number 125. Straightway. Last point. In this way, got Darshit ji, page number 125 starting?
Yes, I got it. It's point 6, right?
Yeah, point 6, last point. In this way,
Okay.
the one whose root is the knowledge of not difference but right discrimination, is the knowledge of discrimination, and whose everything is self-realization. Such a feeling of what would be improvement? You have changed now all the words, or you are not changed? Improvement
No,
will be somewhere. Such a feeling of somewhere, okay, is the mother of transcendental bliss and supreme renunciation. Okay. So So only one correction, you remove improvement and you put it as somewhere. Okay. Such a feeling
Yes.
of somewhere is the mother of transcendental bliss and supreme renunciation. The essence of the above thought about somewhere bhavana is to take shelter, is to face, you cancel the word face, is to add take shelter in the true God soul, or it is called the true supreme soul. Okay, you don't write God, you write supreme soul. Okay, is to take the shelter in the true supreme soul, different from the non-self and the, what would be modification. Okay, synonym would be modification, other would be non-self. To know oneself in the right form, to recognize oneself and to merge in oneself. Okay, so first you identify your soul and you recognize it and you merge in that. That's all. This is the path of liberation and you will get liberated. You know, if you want to earn, Darshitji, 1 crore rupees a month, maybe. Okay, example. Then you have to put in so much of efforts. And after putting in so much efforts, if your luck is not there, you will not get 1 crore. But here, if you put in effort in the right direction, the acharyas are giving you a guarantee that you will definitely realize yourself. And that is the beginning of our path of liberation. That is the beginning of somewhere. And very soon we will get liberated. Okay. So it's
Yes.
so easy. I don't see any other thing in this universe better than this type of knowledge and learning. Okay. So be very focused and put in extra efforts for this. And this is going to pay you in a big way. To oneself in the right form, to recognize oneself and to merge in oneself. Therefore, the whole world should immerse itself. Just see the wordings. The whole world should immerse itself neck deep in this Ganga of knowledge in the form of Samvar Bhavna and become self-oriented. Become self-oriented means Swabhav Sanmukh. Settle in itself, get lost in itself and attain infinite extrasensory bliss. I conclude with this sacred thought. That is the end of point number 6. Such a wonderful description. I just feel like to read it again and again. Okay. So we have done most of the words correction. Now these words will be coming up in other like the portion where we have missed. There also these words would be there. So you have to just replace it and read it. Okay. So if you read it again and again, it will be beneficial to you. Now moving straight way, page number 136, Nirjara Bhavana. Okay, very short, shorter than Samvar Bhavana. Let's see if we can do it today. We can finish it. So Nirjara Bhavana, contemplation about dissociation of bondage. Contemplations about dissociation of bondage. That is the heading. Page number 136. Okay. Fifth line. It starts from there. A being who performs various types of austerities. Austerities mean tap, penance. Okay. Austerities and penance, both words are used, but it means the same. A being, you got Darshit ji?
Yes, yes, I have. Yes.
So this is adapted from Panchastika Sangra. Okay. It's written at the footnote, verse number 144. Okay. By Acharya Kund Dev. Okay. A being who performs various types of austerity endowed with samvar. You remove self-control and you write endowed with samvar, and you also remove and yoga in the form of. All these you cancel. Self-control and yoga in the form of. Okay. You cancel all these. Endowed with samvar, in the bracket you write discarding, bracket you write somewhere in the bracket you write discarding auspicious and inauspicious sentiments. Bracket close. And pure. You again cut word use. Okay. Again, and pure meditation. So there are two things only, samvar and pure meditation. Okay. By rule, eradicates many types of karmas. So this eradication is the dissociation of karma. Okay. By rule, eradicates many types of karmas. By rule, destroys many types of karmas. And this is called nirjara. Okay.
Sir, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
So, repeatedly we get two words coming up. One is meditation and one is introspection.
Right.
What is the difference between the two?
So introspection is the cause and meditation is the effect. Okay. So unless and until you introspect, you don't arrive at a decision. And unless and until you don't arrive at a decision, you cannot meditate, right? For meditating on something, you have to identify that first, right? So with introspection, you make the correct decisions, and through that correct decisions, you realize yourself, and then once you realize yourself, you can meditate on yourself. Okay. So there are two things, endowed with samvar, bracket, discarding auspicious and inauspicious sentiments, and pure meditation. Pure meditation means shuddhopyog. In Hindi, we call it as shuddhopyog. Okay. So it is pure meditation. By rule, eradicates many types of karmas. So you want to eradicate all types of karmas, then you get into samvar and pure meditation. Understood? In the above statement of Acharya Kund, the following two things are very clear. Nirjara is possible only with the help of samvar. So samvar is the beginning part and nirjara is the next step. Okay. So nirjara is possible only with the help of samvar. So samvar has to precede nirjara. Nirjara cannot be without samvar. Okay. So nirjara is possible only with the help of samvar. Number two, penance. Okay. Penance or austerities enriched with pure meditation. Everywhere the word is pure use, you write it as pure meditation. Shuddhopyog is the main reason for nirjara. So nirjara is possible first along with the help of samvar, and the second is through penance enriched with pure meditation. Okay. So pure meditation and samvar are the two factors that is responsible for nirjara. Okay. So samvar, how many causes were there in the earlier bhavna we studied? There were 6 causes: gupti, samiti, dharma, anupreksha, parishajay, and charitra. Okay. All the 6 names I have shared in the group with English names also. So you can put it in your textbook only if you have taken a printout. Okay. So there are 2 reasons. In the commentary of this verse, Acharya Amrit Chandra discusses the different forms of nirjara in the form of dravya nirjara and bhav nirjara. Okay. So what is dravya nirjara? Dravya nirjara is material dissociation of bondage. And what is bhav nirjara? Bhav nirjara is psychic dissociation of bondage. that we have already studied when we did the 7 fundamentals. Okay. So everywhere we did this dravya asrav, bhav asrav, dravyas bandh, bhav bandh, dravya samvar, bhav samvar, dravya nirjara, bhav nirjara, dravya moksha, bhav moksha. Okay. So that we did in 7 fundamentals, that is being referred to here. Okay. So different forms of nirjara in the form of dravya nirjara and bhav nirjara. So nirjara are of two types, dravya nirjara and bhav nirjara. Okay. Then you put a full stop here. In the commentary of this verse, Acharya Amritchandra discusses the different forms of nirjara in the form of dravya nirjara and bhav nirjara. Full stop. Now you cut all this. You move on to the page number no, this is 136 only. Okay. Wait a minute. Where is 137? Okay. Now you move to page number 137. Beginning. The pure meditation. Got it?
Yes.
The pure meditation which is increased by external and internal penances. So what is this external and internal penance? So there are 6 external tap and 6 internal tap. Okay. I'll be sharing the names. Of course, you know from Chardala, Vijalji must have taught you about this 12 penance. Okay. Out of which 6 are external, like total fasting, partial fasting. I'll give you the names, 6 names. You write it down if you want, or you can catch up on recording. Total fasting. Second, partial fasting. Third, food restriction. Fourth, limiting desired tasty food. Fifth, stay in solitary place. And sixth, mortification of body. This is given in English book of Cherdala, page number 144. Okay, that you have already. Okay, so you can refer this page 144. You will get this 6 external penance, and the 6 internal penance are atonement, respect, serving others, relinquish pride and ego, scripture study, meditation. Okay, so these are the 12 penances capable of these 12 penances are important because these are capable of weakening the power of karma is bhav nirjara. Okay, so what is this bhav nirjara? The pure meditation, the state of pure meditation, shuddhopyog, which is increased by external and internal penance capable of weakening the power of karma. So when you get indulged in this kind of penance, then it weakens the power of karma, and that is bhav nirjara. And the one-way destruction would be partial destruction of the subordinate karmas. You cut down, you write rising karmas. Partial destructions of the rising karmas which have become dull due to the effect of pure meditation is dravya nirjara. Okay. So now you know both the nirjaras, dravya nirjara and bhav nirjara. In this statement of Acharya Amritchandra, pure meditation has been called bhav nirjara, and penance has been stated as its cause. So what is the cause of bhav nirjara? Penance, the 12 types of penance. And the cause of dravya nirjara is stated as bhav nirjara. So what is the cause of dravya nirjara? Bhav nirjara. Okay. So dravya nirjara is the physical dissociation of karma, and bhav nirjara is the psychic dissociation of sentiments. Okay. is stated as Bhav Nirjara in the form of pure meditation. On looking at the entire statement, it becomes very clear that the discussion of Nirjara Bhavana or Nirjara Tattva coming in the way of liberation is never related to the Savipak Nirjara. Now, this Nirjara is again of two types. So, one modification, one distinction we did is Dravya Nirjara and Bhav Nirjara. And that out of that, again, this Nirjara is divided into two parts, Savipak Nirjara and Avipak Nirjara. Now, let me explain you first is Savipak Nirjara. Savipak Nirjara is dissociation after karma fruition. So, the karma comes and gives the fruits and it goes away. That is called Savipak Nirjara. In English, we call it as dissociation after karma fruition. Okay. And what is Avipak Nirjara? A means no, nahi. Dissociation without karma fruition. Okay. So, you have already bound those karmas, but those are there with you. But because of your pure meditation, Shuddhopyog, those karmas get detached without giving any fruition, and that is called Avipak Nirjara. So that is the actual Nirjara. The Savipak Nirjara everyone is having. Everyone is having a rise of karma every moment, and everyone is having a fruits of karma every moment, and that karma after giving the fruit is getting detached from the soul. So this is happening with all the living beings of this universe. But the Avipak Nirjara is only happening with the wise people, the enlightened soul, okay? And that is dissociation without karma fruition. Now, Darshit my question.
Yeah.
You write it down first, okay? Okay.
Okay, I've written it.
Yeah. So my question that what lucrative business can be that whatever sins we have done in our past life, whatever karmas we have bound in our past life, all can be dissociated, destroyed without fruition.
Then the only route would be that if you became an enlightened soul.
Yeah, that is true. But you see, like we have been bounding karmas since time immortal. Okay. We have been doing sins from time immortal. And all these karmas are there, which are going to come into fruition. But now with this knowledge, okay, with this knowledge of the fundamental elements, with this knowledge of the scriptures, okay, you are able to offload those karmas without fruition. Just imagine, okay? And every soul has the potential to realize themselves. It is not difficult, okay? So, so the best would be to acquire this knowledge, to learn this skill, and become an enlightened soul, become a wise soul, and do this practice of Nirjara. And this way you destroy all the karmas and you get liberated. This world will go on like this. Okay? People will commit sins, they will bind karmas, and those karmas will come into fruition, and they will suffer again, they will bind new karmas, and this cycle will go on and on and on. But here, Acharya are showing us a trick. That see, we were also like you only someday, okay? But now with this knowledge, we have been able to wipe out all these karmas and we got liberated. Okay? So we also should learn from them and follow in their footsteps. And we will also get liberated. Okay? So Just imagine, just like, think about this, that how good this one is. Okay, so we were here in this statement of Acharya Amrit Chandra. Pure meditation has been called Bhav Nirjara, and penance has been stated as its cause, and the cause of Dravya Nirjara is stated as Bhav Nirjara. So Bhav Nirjara is the cause of Dravya Nirjara. In the form of pure meditation, on looking at the entire statement, it becomes very clear that the discussion of Nirjara Bhavana or Nirjara Tattva coming in the way of liberation is never related to the Savipak Nirjara, because that is happening with everyone. That happens due to the karmas which arise in their own time and disappear on their own. Rather, it is related to Avipak Nirjara. Okay? That happens due to pure meditation with samvar. Okay? Savipak Nirjara happens to both the knowledgeable and the ignorant all the time. Okay? Whether you are a wise or unwise, it happens all the time. But Avipak Nirjara only happens only to the knowledgeable, to the wise, to the enlightened soul, because Nirjara Bhavana and Nirjara Tattva appear only to the knowledgeable, not to the ignorant. The fact has been mentioned in abundance in all the available thoughts related to Nirjara Bhavana. So we have covered almost everything about Nirjara Bhavana. Now I'll just mark uh, let me finish this first point, and then I will help you in marking the other one, and you can read it at your home. No problem. It's all very simple. Main thing has been explained. The karmas which fall off, now you end here at this fact has been mentioned in abundance in all the available thoughts related to Nirjara Bhavana. Okay. There is the end, not of point number 1, but it's just a temporary end. After 2 lines, you start again. The karmas which fall off when the time comes do not serve the purpose of self-interest. Okay? Because it falls off when the time comes, not before that. Okay? So that is available with all the living beings in this universe. The karmas which are destroyed by penance, only that gives the bliss of salvation. So this is what we want to do. Okay. Now, remove 3-4 lines. Okay. You come back to this page number 130, first line. The washing away of old karmas through austerity and the non-arrival of new karma through the power of knowledge is nirjara. Okay. So old karmas are being washed off through austerity, and the new karmas are not coming in because of the correct knowledge that you have acquired. And this is called nirjara, which gives happiness and takes one to you cancel the whole line. Okay, after 1 and takes 1 to liberation. That's all. Takes 1 to liberation. Now, after 3-4 lines, there is an example. There are 2 examples. Okay, it will help you to understand this concept very easily. Just as the stagnant water, you got, Darshit ji?
Just as the stagnant water. Yes, I got it. Yes.
Yeah. This is the example 1 of the point 1. We are still continuing with point 1. Okay, we will give you 2 examples here. Just as the stagnant water of a lake dries up in the intense sunshine, similarly, samvar prevents new karmas from coming in, and nirjara soaks up the old karmas. Got it?
Yeah.
Samvar stops the coming in of new karma, and nirjara soaks up the old karmas. Okay. Example 2. Just as the mango fruit ripens on the branch on its own when the time comes. Okay. But sometimes, so when the time comes, this is what, which Nirjara, avipak or savipak?
Avipak. As it is ripens is avipak, no?
No, it is savipak with fruit. No, it is coming with fruit. It is coming on its time. Okay. Just as the mango fruit ripens on the branch on its own when the time comes. So this is a natural phenomena. There is nothing extraordinary about it. But sometimes the gardener ripens it before time by putting it in a pot. Okay. So this is a vipak nirjara. Similarly, the karmas coming to the horizon and falling off as per their time is savipak nirjara, and falling off before the not sunrise, before the rise, only rise. Okay, you cancel sun. Before the rise through penance is a vipak nirjara. Got Sasikala ji? Got the example?
Yes, sir. Sir, lake थोड़ा repeat करो ना. Lake water.
Water.
Stagnant water क्या बोलना? Stagnant water.
Just as the stagnant water of a lake, okay, dries up in the intense sunshine.
With
Intense sunshine.
okay.
Okay.
Thank
If the
you.
sun is very powerful, okay, like in summer, the lakes also dries up, you know. The
Yes.
stagnant also dries up. Similarly, samvar prevents new karmas from coming in, and nirjara soaks up the old karmas. As the sun soaks up the lake, dries up the lake, nirjara soaks up the old karmas. And the second example you already understood. Savipak nirjara and avipak nirjara. The first savipak nirjara keeps happening to everyone. So savipak is not extraordinary something, okay? It is happening with everyone, whether knowledgeable or ignorant, all the time. No one's work is accomplished by it. So it doesn't help you in any way, because that is
Sir,
a very natural phenomena.
Sir, one small request. That knowledgeable, so many adjectives. वो हिंदी में क्या बोले? वो उसका wise, knowledgeable, सम्यक दृष्टि.
Yes, samyak drashti, jnani.
Jnani.
Yeah. And ignorant is agyani. Whether knowledgeable or ignorant, all the time. No one's work is accomplished by it. So nobody is benefited by it, because it's a very natural phenomena. Even an ant is also going through that only. Okay. It is their past karmas which are coming into fruition, and he's suffering in all sorts of states, right? The meaning is that it is not even a bit effective for self-interest. We are talking of savipak nirjara. Now the second one. The second avipak nirjara is done diligently by the wise, and it ends the cycle of the world. Therefore, O creatures, do penance along with samvar. By that you will get salvation. This is the final message. Because the friend of the bride in the form of salvation, okay, is only a vipak nirjara. Now, bride in the form of salvation. So, salvation is moksha, and the bride is mukti rupi. Okay, bride. So, the soul is the husband, and wife is the salvation. Okay, bride is the salvation. Okay, because the friend of the bride in the form of salvation is only a vipak nirjara. So, a vipak nirjara only helps you in manifesting the manifesting the salvation. All the wise people know this very well. The meaning is that salvation is achieved only through a vipak nirjara. Okay, so this is the end of point number 1. Now you move on to page number 141. Our time is over. I'm just doing the marking. You just read it at your tomorrow. And if you have any questions, I will explain. Otherwise, we will go through that. Okay. So the page number 133, page number 141, Darshit ji. 10 lines below, the only desire of the wise. Got?
Yes, I've got it. Yes.
Yes. The only desire, and 10 lines down the from there, included in them.
Included in them.
Para ends. So that is the point number 2 complete. Okay. In between.
Sorry. We're starting at point 2 is starting at the only desire.
Right. And it is ending at included in them. Okay. So here, So here, there are few corrections also. The 6th line, and somewhere which is the origin. You got? Somewhere which is the origin. You cut and state. Both words you cut. Somewhere which is the origin of purity, and nirjara which is the increase of purity. You add of purity. After increase, you add of purity.
Okay.
Now, the next line, feeling would be contemplation, as you know. And in the next line also, feeling would be contemplation.
Okay.
So in short, they are saying that moksha has been included in this nirjara. There is no separate moksha bhavana. Only there is asra bhavana, samvar bhavana, and nirjara bhavana. So moksha is included in samvar and nirjara bhavana. Okay. That's what they want to convey in this paragraph. You read it tomorrow as a homework. Okay. Third point, page number 134, first line. The meaning is that the only element which are worth manifesting.
Sorry, sir. Which page are you on?
134. Sorry, 134.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you. 140.
This is third point, right?
Huh?
Third point.
142. Yeah, 142. Third point. The meaning is that the only elements which are worth manifesting, not gathering, but manifesting. Worth enjoying, worth experiencing, worth meditating upon, and worth living in are the samvar and nirjara elements which are the path to salvation. That is the end of point 3. Okay. Now the fourth point, one paragraph later on, here a question may arise. Got?
Sorry. Yeah, I found it. Yes.
Yeah, this is fourth point, and it ends, brother, the next line, same, S-A-M-E, same. Brother, there is no contradiction in both the stand. The meaning of both is the same. There it ends.
Okay.
Then you again start the fourth point continues. Okay. 3-4 lines below, saints should regularly practice.
Yeah.
Okay. So after saints, you put a bracket and you write includes noble householder also. Noble householder also. Noble means Bhadra Grahast. Okay. Noble means Bhadra. Okay. Includes noble household also, bracket close, should regularly practice. Philosophy would be right belief. You cancel philosophy, you write right belief. Knowledge and character would be conduct. Practice right belief, right knowledge, right conduct. Okay. Because all three are definitely known as the soul. Okay, you got?
Yes.
In fact, the point is that in the above statement, there is only a difference of determination you cut, right? Real viewpoint and behavior you cut, right? Conventional viewpoint, comma, there is not even the slightest difference in action, because the name of worship of the soul is, now you will correct, right? Philosophy would be right belief, knowledge, and conduct. Therefore, whether you say that worship the soul, or you say that adopt, it is the same thing. Okay. So you will do the corrections everywhere, right? Philosophy would be right belief, knowledge is same, and character would be conduct. So this key you keep on correcting. Okay. So this is the end of point number 4. Okay. Now
Okay.
the 5th point, last point. Okay. Page number 144. Second paragraph. When we talk from the side of,
Is this the 6th or the 5th point? I'm not sure.
5th, because 4 point we did in 2 parts, you know.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. 5th one. When we talk from the side of substance, not material, you cut material and put it substance nature, then it is called worship. Then it is called, you cancel worship, you cancel devotion. Just cancel both words. Then
Okay.
it is called worship of soul. Okay. So when we talk from the side of substance nature, or when we talk from the side of real point of view, then it is called worship of soul. Okay. So it is the same
Okay.
thing. And when we talk from the side of modification nature, synonym you cut, you write modification, then it is called worship of 3 gems, Ratnatraya. Bracket mein Ratnatraya, but worship of 3 gems.
So sorry, sir. When we talk from the side of modifications,
Yes.
is that the Vyavar point of view?
Pardon?
So, you said that when we talk from the side of substance nature,
Right.
that is the real point of view.
Right.
Right?
Then it is called worship of soul.
Yeah, that's fine. But my question is that when we talk from the side of modifications nature, is that the Vyavar point of view?
Yes, yes, conventional point of view. Right.
Okay.
So that we discussed in the previous paragraph. Okay. So now it's the same thing. Again, repeating. When we talk
Right.
from the modification nature, that is the conventional point of view, then it is called worship of Ratnatraya or 3 gems.
Okay.
Then you cut the words worship, devotion, or worship of the path of salvation. Okay.
Okay.
So we cut 3 words, or worship, comma, devotion. These 3 words we have cancelled, and now I'm reading in the flow. Then it is called worship of 3 gems or worship of the path of salvation. So whether we say worship of soul or we say worship of path of salvation, it is the same. Only the difference is just because one is being said from the real point of view and other is being said from the conventional point of view. Okay. Now leave 3-4 lines and come to somewhere. Somewhere is the beginning of the path of salvation. Got?
Yes.
So this is 5th point continuing. Somewhere is the beginning of the path of salvation and Nirjara is the path of salvation. Hence, the transformation into Nirjara with somewhere is to embark on the path of salvation. The feeling of constantly moving in this direction is Nirjara Bhavana.
So we change the word feeling into
No,
contemplation.
not here, not here, not here.
No?
No, not here.
Okay. The
The feeling of constantly moving in this direction is Nirjara Bhavana, and that is the end of 5 point, and that is the end of this chapter. Okay. Now tomorrow we will be doing Lok Bhavana.
It says Sambar is beginning of salvation and Nirjara is?
Nirjara is the increase of, Samvar is the beginning of purity, and Nirjara is the increase of purity.
Okay.
And salvation is the completeness of purity. Got?
Yeah.
Hindi book is there. Just read that one, please. I don't know.
Okay.
Thoda, please.
Somewhere, I will not now find it now immediately. Okay, but I'll
go through, sir. I'll go through.
You call me personally tomorrow. I'll tell you where it is written.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. So this is the end, and tomorrow we will be doing 2 bhavnas, Lok Bhavana and the next one. Lok Bhavana is also very short, and Bodhi Durlabh. Okay, 2 bhavana we will be completing tomorrow. You come and read. You complete the earlier ones. Okay, and then we will start the Lok Bhavana and Bodhi Durlabh. Both are very easy. So we'll finish it tomorrow itself. Then only 1 bhavana will remain. The last one, Dharma Bhavana, that we will do in the next week. Okay. Okay. So Nij Nidhi Nij में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए चीनवाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है, उसके लिए जिनवाणी बा को वंदना 7 बार है। 9 बार नौकर